Oh, Chelsea's bright future. I don't know what I'm doing. Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy. Come in, welcome back. How you doing? Disappointed, dejected, deflated after our loss away in Madrid yesterday? That's okay, because Chelsea played really well, and ultimately, that's all you can ask of your team. A few moments, of course, that they'll be criticised for. Feel free to go watch my previous upload, where I talk about the game just after the full-time whistle. So I'm pretty down, but I'm back, and I'm here to be positive, to bring you a video of 5 reasons why Chelsea will prosper, win, dominate under Thomas Tuchel in the future. Lots of positive, fun vibes to enjoy here today. Strap yourselves in. I want to let you know also that this video is brought to you by SPITCH. SPITCH is a wicked fantasy football game where you don't have to commit to the whole season. You play once a week if you want. But, interestingly, it uses Optus stats. So if you think you know about football and you're choosing footballers in your fantasy team for certain reasons of them playing well, you can actually feel safe knowing that they'll get rewarded accordingly through Opta data, and not like, oh, the defender didn't keep a clean sheet, they're screwed. It's really, really good. You can play against managers from all around the world, and you can also win money and do wages as well. Though it's free to play, why wouldn't you want to check out SPITCH? I love it. I'm sure you guys will too. Just click the link down in the top of the description to go check out SPITCH for free now. It's worth checking out, man. Alright, let's get into today's video and start off with the first point of why Chelsea will dominate under Thomas Tuchel. Point 1 is pretty darn simple. Thomas Tuchel is a world-class manager, a top coach, widely recognized as probably one of the top 5 coaches in the entire world of football, and Chelsea have got him. Make no bones about it, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea could not get a better manager at the moment than Thomas Tuchel. Obviously, off the pitch, he's been magnificent, but as a coach, he's been incredible. Think about that first leg at Real Madrid at home and the tactical weaknesses that we displayed. As all coaches will now and again, he completely analysed that, flipped it on his head, and when we went away to the Bernabeu, we absolutely destroyed Real Madrid. Tactically, of course, we didn't take some chances, and they scored goals out of a very low XG due to their individual magnificence. But if you look at the tactical matchup, Thomas Tuchel absolutely dominated that, as he often does. He's incredible. So really, we don't have to spend too long on this. We've already seen the coach demonstrate his magnificent managerial ability, but of course, it's an important point, and it's what starts us off today. So there it is, Tuchel, world-class manager. Let's move on to reason number 2. Now, this is pretty simple as well. Transfers. We've enjoyed, well, I say enjoyed, we've had one transfer under Thomas Tuchel last summer, and that of course was record signing Romelu Lukaku, and of course we did get Stamford Bridge on loan. I'm not really going to count Bettinelli. That is definitely not a Thomas Tuchel signing. In fact, I don't think any of them were. Bettinelli wouldn't have been. Saul is a player that Thomas Tuchel was aware of, but I think it was more opportunistic from the club. And Romelu Lukaku, you can see how much Thomas Tuchel rates him within his own tactical setup. In fact, we know the story, as reported by The Athletic. After Thomas won the Champions League for Chelsea, he had a meeting with Roman Abramovich, who gave him a new contract and offered him a world-class striker. They said, look, we're going to look at top-tier sort of Galactico signings. Harry Kane, Haaland and Lukaku are the 3 hot strikers in the world. Of course, Lewandowski, Benzema, both being in their sort of early mid-30s, you don't generally go and buy them. The only one that was truly available in terms of feasibility was Romelu Lukaku. He was sort of gifted to Thomas Tuchel's squad rather than being a target that sort of implements into his long-term plans systemically. Though Thomas Tuchel was very, very happy, understandably, to take the Chelsea job for the prestige of the Chelsea job, but also the squad. The squad has so much talent in, but as time goes on, after these last sort of 2 years, we realise there's a lot of dysfunction in the squad and some aging players. As Thomas Tuchel develops his ideas, develops his sort of knowledge of this team and indeed the Premier League landscape, he will have ideas that he needs to bring in new players to execute. Ultimately, the manager will need his transfer targets, and you can imagine from now on, he will get them, especially new owners coming in. They've got to keep the manager happy. They'll say, right, who do you want? Not necessarily 100 million pounds on a striker. It could be 30 million pounds on this type of player. Also, of course, over time, he'll get his own transfers in, but he'll get his own players through the academy and loan system that he likes. Think of Trevor Chalobah, that suited him so well. He'll be looking at Conor Gallagher and Colwill and stuff. More of his players to suit his style to make Chelsea play even better. Hello there, mate. Just a quick reminder to please do drop a like on this video, and why not consider subscribing if you're new to the content. Daily videos, of course. Cheers, mate. Right, let's move on to the next reason. So reason 3 is the age of the squad. If you think about Chelsea's most important and influential players, most of them are really, really young. You think of Reece James at 22, 23, you think of Kai Havertz at 22, you think of Mason Mount at 23, all super young players. You even consider how Mateo Kovacic, who's Chelsea's probably best performing elite central midfielder at the moment, he's the youngest. He's a few years younger than both Jorginho and N'Golo Kante, of course. And if you want to go on and talk about the age of the Chelsea squad, you could absolutely bring in a Levi Colwill, you could talk about Conor Gallagher, you could talk about Billy Gilmour. Why not talk about Ampadu as well? There's so many options and they're all super, super young. This team could develop for a long, long time together. You could still even talk about Ben Chilwell, who's only his mid-20s. He already seems like a top, world-class left wing-back. These players could spend years together getting better and better. You look at that Real Madrid team that just eliminated Chelsea, largely very, very old, but they know how to play with each other. Chelsea have all that to look forward to, and hopefully under manager Thomas Tuchel. Right, let's move on to the next reason. Now, the next reason is an important one. Of course, Chelsea have enjoyed success for a long, long time under different managers, but Thomas Tuchel has spoken about how he feels, for maybe the first time in his career at the top level, he's in an environment that cultivates success. He loves the working environment at Chelsea, which seems quite peculiar if you look at historically the breakdowns in relationships with managers that we've had at South West London. But Thomas Tuchel has maintained something ever since he arrived at Chelsea, and indeed, this is a sentiment he's echoed in recent turbulent times, how he loves how it's set up. He loves working for Chelsea. I explained in the recent video I did on Marina Granovskaya how he loves working with her, the communication. He gets to do what he wants. He's in an environment that's conducive to him doing the best work he can do. Now, he's obviously managed at top tier clubs like Dortmund and PSG, of course. Not happy at either of those. He's found a place at Chelsea where he can play at the highest level, have the best talent, but most importantly, work the way he wants to. When a manager finds that, that's good for himself, where he'll want to stay, which is good for Chelsea. That's of course good for Chelsea as a club, that the manager's happy and he likes the working environment. And it's good for us, the fans, and indeed the players, because it means that, the performances levels should be higher and they should be in a position to get better and better. Not like a stalemate with an unhappy manager or an environment that's so okay but on the decline. You think of like Maurizio Sarri and Conte and even Lampard, they had positives at times. It never felt like it was going to last forever and grow, all for their own reasons. With Thomas Tuchel and the working environment, it feels like it can do that. He is in a positive environment and in a position to grow and develop with this team. So that's hugely important. Now let's move on to the final reason, and reason number 5 is the culture of success. Now this seems a little bit more, intangible, but it's something that Thomas Tuchel has spoken about, Chelsea players have spoken about over many years. You've seen other teams win Premier Leagues and trophies. Chelsea have done it with multiple different managers. Of course, Sir Alex Ferguson made Manchester United amazing throughout the Premier League era, but Chelsea have won the Premier League with 3 different managers. They've won all different kinds of trophies with different managers. There's a continued culture of success. Now, that's important, especially with the new owners coming in, because this is a sort of identity that Chelsea must maintain ever since, of course, Roman Abramovich came in, and of course he's leaving now. But Thomas Tuchel has spoken about this. He's spoken about the culture of Chelsea, the working hard and winning. You just have to win. Young Chelsea players like academy graduates have talked about the culture of Chelsea. My friends at the London is Blue podcast interviewed a couple of players and said, what is the culture of Chelsea, like its identity? And they all just say it's winning no matter what. Thomas Tuchel has recognised that. Now I'm saying this because it would be easy for him to come in and go, yeah, of course we want to win, we want to compete, we'll try our best. That's a sort of way of talking that kind of offers you a bit of safety, wiggle room. Some managers have done that before. In fact, Most managers do that. But for him to come in and immediately identify with what the golden generation of Chelsea say, what the academy kids of Chelsea say, what us fans say, that we must win, we have to win. You don't have that Man United managers saying that. And they are the biggest team in the Premier League era. They won everything. This is really important. Thomas Tuchel identifies with this culture and he does not accept losing. And this is like throughout turbulent times with, like we've previously discussed, a largely dysfunctional squad. I think, ladies and gentlemen, if we keep Thomas Tuchel happy, which by all accounts we will do, as the aforementioned, environment for success, I think he'll stay. I think he'll grow as a manager and will grow as a team. And this young Chelsea team, of course, very young, will develop. His new transfers will join the squad, and we can expect really positive things moving into the future for Chelsea Football Club. So I wanted to do these 5 reasons, and I want to put it out to you guys. Let me know what you think. How do you feel about this current Chelsea team? And do you agree with me in terms of you think there's lots of positive development to enjoy moving forwards? Make sure you do start the conversation, and I thank all of you for the interactions, like liking the video. If you have chosen to subscribe to this channel, make sure all notifications are turned on when you click the bell, because sometimes YouTube doesn't tell the viewers, and this is an opportunity to make sure you don't miss a video. And of course, there's daily content here. So thank you all for joining me today. Enjoy the football, and I look forward to seeing you back on the next video very soon, mate. Peace!
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.